I'm out at the gun range today to test a gun that is new to me, but it's a gun I've had my eye on for about 6 months. Been watching the progression of these guns. This is a Springfield Echelon full size. Went into a dealer today, and I was actually hoping they wouldn't have the compacts because I didn't want to have to make a decision, but they had the compacts and the full size both. I did buy the full size model. Compacts were very attractive, but I didn't buy one of them today. So I have not shot this gun yet. Before I've even shot it, I've put a hole-of-sun sight on it. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to zero this hole-of-sun sight out at 30 feet, which will make it good out to 30 yards. And then I'm going to shoot. I'm going to shoot both using the original sights because I can see it through the window of the hole-of-sun here. I can co-witness them. I'll be shooting with them with the dot off. Then I'll be shooting it with the red dot or with the green dot on after I shoot with the regular sights. So testing this gun, brand new to me, Springfield Echelon, and you'll see it at the same time I do because I haven't shot it yet. Let's go. Just gonna take the GoPro over here. It didn't take long to zero it in, and I just had a little bit of fun with it. I couldn't resist a few headshots over here. So it didn't take long it just took, it started out down here, went up here. Then I started aiming at these spots up here where I was trying to really just zero in on what I was doing here, but all these hit where they were aimed, so it's good to go. So I didn't do an unboxing with this gun. There's about 1 million videos out of unboxing these guns. Well, of course, there's about 1 million videos out of people testing them and trying them out and doing all this stuff with them too. But this is mine, so I figured it's my turn. I waited quite a while on this gun to watch it for a while, and so far so good. I put 50 rounds of Monarch steel case, zinc coated steel case ammo through it, and you saw the results on the target there. It did just fine. Shot it all just fine. Hit a steel target out there about 30 yards with it after I got it zeroed in here. And this one came with Springfield's putting these out in all kinds of packages, a bunch of different packages they've got, and this one right here came with 2 magazines, one 17 round, one 20 round magazine. The 20 round magazine just got a bigger base plate than the other one. And in the box, another base plate came for this one, so you can turn them both into 20 round magazines. Springfield is also doing, right now, they're doing a, this is mid-February, Springfield is doing a rebate where you get a, if you fill out the rebate, you'll get 3 extra magazines and a free Crimson Trace optic, though the optic is a little questionable. It's a Crimson Trace. If you bought it somewhere, it'd be about $99. Crimson Trace optic and free magazines in a rebate. So that's going on right now. What I got going on right now is I'm gonna pull this thing up with some Monarch, not some Monarch, but some CCI brass, and I'm going to shoot both 115, 1 grain through these magazines, and just have a little fun out here shooting the silhouettes and shooting the steel targets, and just letting this thing perform. So here we go. I'm going to start out, the first shooting I'm going to do is going to be with the red dot turned off. The hole-in-sun is going to be turned off, and I'm going to be shooting through my original sights on the gun. So here we go. Took a minute. Well, all right. This time I'll be shooting with the dot turned on. This hole-in-sun is a multi-reticle hole-in-sun. You can use it with a single dot, or a circle and a dot. I'm using a green circle and a dot in it, which is what I really like in these. So that's what's on, and shooting it with a dot on this time. Here we go. Good. What I need to hear. It's got a way different trigger pull than the other guns that I have red dot sights on. The other guns I have the red dots on are a Walter match pistol and my Canik TP9SC Elite. Both of them that have real short, crisp trigger pulls and real definite resets. Real short pulls and resets. Just really, really crisp and light. That's not what this is. That doesn't mean it's a hard trigger pull. It's not spongy like a Glock. It's not hard to pull. It's just that it's not. You don't get something that you feel is definite when you're pulling the trigger, but you get a sense of when that's going to be with those other guns that have that real definite break in the trigger pull. With this one, you don't feel that. It's different. That's all I can tell you. Doesn't mean it's bad. Just means it's different, and it means I'm not very good with it yet. So I'm gonna do a few other things with it and see how it works here. Well, I didn't want to make anybody endure 300 rounds through this thing, which is what I actually put a little bit more than that through it, and just started getting used to the trigger around the last 60 or 70 rounds, where I was hitting that 25-yard, that steel target out at 25 yards out there. I was hitting it dependably from the table over here. Got to where I was backing up and hitting the heads and the centers of these right here, hitting these steel targets here from shorter distance, but shooting it one-handed. Just a very, very different trigger pull from anything that I've got. If you shoot Glocks, if you shoot anything comparable that you compare to Glocks that have a much better trigger pull than a Glock, like a Smith & Wesson M2O, Caniks, any of the Caniks, it's just different. That's all I can tell you. The best way you can do to figure this out is to go out and try one out. But be ready, if you buy one, it's going to have a different trigger. The gun, as far as the size of the gun, the way it shoots, the gun is just a beast. That's all there is to it. For a 9mm pistol, it's very controllable. Just getting used to that trigger pull, but very controllable. Everything's on. Sight is on target. The electronic sight, the Holosun, is on target. The iron sights or the steel sights that came on it are on target. Springfield has a lot of different packages with these. This particular one has a U-notch rear target, and up here there's a fluorescent shell around a tritium insert. That's a night sight on the front. And I can see these, I can turn this dot off and shoot through the original sights as well as I could if the dot wasn't even on there. So that's what I wanted in this one. That's the reason I'm actually replacing my match pistol, because I do carry that gun. You've seen it a lot out here if you followed my stuff, but you have to lose the rear sight to put the red dot on it. So I've been looking for something that I could improve that on. This does it, but it doesn't have the mechanics that Walter match pistol has so far as the trigger is concerned. So that's a big deal, and I'll have to work that out. But it did give me everything that I wanted in a gun that's a true self-defense gun. If you decide to go look at one of these, consider, if you really want a concealed carry gun, consider the compact versions of these. They are, I mean, when you pick up the compact version, you're picking up the same gun with just a little less barrel and a little less grip down on the bottom here. You're picking up the same gun. So consider that if you want to, one that's really, that's more concealable, about the size of a Glock 19, but just a beast with the serrations up here that you can truly press check your gun if you like to do that. If you want to rack it, you can do it from up front there without any problem whatsoever, because those serrations are so deep and sharp. So as far as the gun goes, the function, the aesthetics of it, the real characteristics of it, the real useful characteristics of it, it's hard to beat. Just be ready for that trigger, because you will be getting used to that, but you can do it. I did it out here, and you can too. Anyway, that's the one more Echelon review from my point of view out here at the Old Fort Gun Club. So I'm Mark Rogers, and as always, I'll see you again in another Christian Gun Owner video.